I used to be a much bigger fan of the Borderlands franchise in my youth of 14 to 25 than I can definitely say that I am now. I was there when the game was first launched. Effectively, it was and it has been the staple of what it's become, which is Diablo with guns. There have been various other types of titles that have tried to take this concept, especially ones that are life service MMOs that have trapped some of our most hardened and hardy members of the neighborhood in the Pavlovian trap of FOMO and sunken cost fallacy. It was a single player slash multiplayer couch co-op game that gave you Diablo with guns. And on top of Diablo with guns, it would be the very game series that would launch the Nepotism siblings, one Anthony and Ashley Birch, into the career trajectories that they are currently on. The notable thing that made Borderlands cool wasn't just the guns, and it wasn't just the classes. It was the fact that it was a living, breathing world of characters. People had personalities, but they weren't just in-jokes. It was a time capsule of a point where Reddit didn't become the Reddit that it is now. Certainly it was on its way there during the time of Borderlands 2, trailing down towards the end of its life cycle, when they gave us that DLC that for some of us we got free on the first week, and for everybody else they had to pay for it later. But it was not until going past the pre-sequel into the actual release cycle of Borderlands 3 that it would start to fall off. The game series chose to take a very stupid path, which was to instead lock itself away behind a year of exclusivity on Epic Games Store, while the rest of us patiently waited for the game to come out, and not only come out, but come out on a extreme heavy sale, where most of us would get the entire kit caboodle for $45 total, where they would have expected us to pay 120 plus maybe $50 extra for the entire thing during its proper life cycle. Similar to how many of us did this for Kill the Justice League, a game that definitely is going the way of the dodo very fast. 8 years removed from when the trend first started, trying to make Diablo with guns into anti-fascism beware, we're here for a scare. The most notable thing about Borderlands is that the game itself didn't just feature a living world, it featured characters in that world that made it memorable. And the less we say about the Borderlands movie, the better. Even though Ariana Greenblatt was probably the best choice they could have had for getting a live-action version of Tiny Tina on camera. As far as the games go, they were, with the inclusion of all DLC, and only including Borderlands 1, Borderlands 2, Tales from the Borderlands, and Borderlands the pre-sequel, a perfect 4-pack punch quality box that is comparative to the orange box for Valve, especially with its console release. And then everything from Borderlands 3 afterwards has been complete unmitigated dog shit. Various bugs, various issues, various problems with just loading live service opportunities, such as the $300 million loot hunt, basically acting as a novelty way to try and get people to play the game again, and then people not being satisfied with it because the only way to truly get those weapons was then to dupe them. Truthfully, it's a long time since Cromerax. But when we turn to this article, I posit you some crazy ass shit, bro. Hey, Vault Hunters. We want to thank you for welcoming Borderlands 4 to the world. It's been less than a week since the game launched, and it's been incredible watching millions of people dive into Kairos and forge connections with new Vault Hunters. Thank you. We're reading every piece of feedback you shared. Some things we've already begun to take action are, we know that some PCs are running into bugs and crashes. We hear you. Updates to improve stability and performance already started rolling out over the weekend, and another is coming Thursday. This is our top priority. A field of view slider option for consoles is in testing right now, and more information is coming very soon on that, with some console players having reported concerns with performance, and we're investigating those with planned updates coming. We've been thrilled to see so many of you enjoying your time in Kairos, and as a thank you, we just dropped additional in-game rewards with the Break Free Pack, live now. We value your efforts and your feedback and are committed to delivering an incredible Borderlands 4 experience for all players. Thank you. And the thing about this is that you have a member of staff actively fighting other people about how they're treating people reacting to this news and these quotes. And unfortunately, the reality of the problem is that what they have framed it as is not what it actually is. Instead, what it is it's this. Randy Pitchford has been trying to tell people that they can't play this game unless they have an RTX 5090. And at the same time, regardless of whatever character you choose to play, because they're all technically the same, they're trying to excuse extreme levels of bad problems. Because Randy Pitchford will then say retarded ass shit like this. Namely, if you zoom in on the picture really fucking closely, 1. Every PC gamer must accept the reality of the relationship between the hardware and what the software they're running is doing. And Gearbox CEO Randy Pitchford lashed back at a fan upset about Borderlands 4's performance on launch being code your own engine. And show us how it's done, please. So Spurgeon, which is funny considering how often Gearbox and 2K, as developers and publishers of this game, very much buy into the idea that a sucker is born every minute, as it has been a long since running joke, as well as achievement, since the first game. And with the showmanship of somebody like Randy, who treats himself as a magician, therefore a confidence trickster, and a showman, a showman personally and confidently said that the gameplay that they're witnessing is acceptable and good and normal, because they think the gameplay loop that they've been saying about Borderlands is acceptable, and it's not. Because the acceptable gameplay that he's telling them, you show me your system and show me how it's done, if I ever get to roll to it, effectively looks like hot dog shit on a wet turbot sundae. Not even joking. Not even joking. The majority of launch material shows the majority of most features showing content from consoles, because the PC content is non-existent. It's just unironically non-existent. And he justifies it by saying, lol, you guys don't know what you're talking about. Here we are. This is the gameplay that Randy's defending. You are getting staggering, and you're getting stuttering from natural gameplay designs, with people pinning it down to having been common when encountering vile enemies after killing the vile lictor. Here's another clip. I don't know how this happens to a game on launch. I don't know. I've seen lots of botched launches before in my history. I really have. And yet, it only seems to be the only thing that is currently happening in the field. I take and present you this from Legacy Killer HD, that there is only reports of reviews from PC and none from console. Because this is basically harkening back to Cyberpunk 2077. Effectively, I'm honestly shocked. I'm honestly flabbergasted. I can't imagine how Randy hasn't been silenced over this. Because this is a clear choice. Maybe it's because of the engine. Maybe it's because of the particle effects on console. If we can find any console gameplay, since over 99% of it is coming from PC market. But no, people shouldn't have to be forced to jump to a new operating system, to jump up several years of graphic design, not be allowed to roll it backwards, not be allowed to reduce the graphics in order to play your goddamn fucking video game. This kind of started when designers started making it so that people had to go from Windows XP to Windows 7 to Windows 10 to Windows 11. Certainly games can't always run on old hardware. It is what it is. Part of the parcel of the industry in upgrading and involving its design. But it wouldn't be as bad if you guys weren't so dog shit with optimizing your goddamn platforms. Certainly it's a goddamn problem of the Unreal Engine 5. Maybe we can get rid of that and we can go back to developing our own fucking systems. So they run buttery smooth. Buttery smooth, like Dying Like the Beast. Nope, that's not a choice in the mind of Randy. Pay us money. Give me your money. Esa será loca. Like, it is so bad. And I don't know who to blame other than greed and embarrassing stupidity. It is what it is, I guess, at the end of the day. I wasn't going to buy it on launch. I was going to wait until it went down, if I ever bought it at all. But I guess I can skip it, because I'm not giving Randy my money if he's going to trade in not only a dog shit experience like that, but also start coping and seething and act like we didn't all see that wet turpid shit that was the Borderlands movie, and them completely misunderstanding what the appeal of Borderlands was, and deciding to push themselves in an aimless direction where they thought it was about the guns, and not about everything in the atmosphere the game came out in. Alright, Randy, if you insist.